Mind Building, o canal com os cortes mais importantes do seu dia, dos maiores conteúdos fitness nacionais. Já curte o vídeo, se inscreve e não esquece de ativar as notificações. Então senta aí e aproveita.
What Olympian now or in the past would you love to prep for a show?
God, I think I had this question a while back, and I might have even changed the answer now because there's been so many people, people would say, would you have liked a 70s bodybuilder, an 80s bodybuilder, or more of a modern day bodybuilder that's maybe even competing right now? And I always like to go back in the beginning stages of when I started following bodybuilding. And especially if I know what I know now, would it be a dream to train Arnold Schwarzenegger? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I'd be like, hey bro, let's do some FSC7. We're going to do legs.
Now, okay, actually kind of elaborating on that, is it Arnold, obvious reasons. But is it like, when you're thinking about this question, is it personality wise of like who you would like to be able to train and push or whatever it might be? Is it physique wise to see what you can do with them? There's a couple ways that I see that.
With Arnold, it's all of the above.
Yeah,
because he's so just iconic, and he's got such a crazy personality. I mean, the guy has a donkey in his house, right? And he's like,
those videos never get old.
Yeah, and I think that the guy, when you watch him train, he would train again for the pump, the fullness, all of those things, and a lot of that has been around for many, many years, and it's kind of gone away a bit. And when I created FSC7 training, it was a combination of high intensity training, Dorian style, along with high volume training. And then also putting in things like the Mr training principles, or I should say, because that is a hit, but, Arthur Jones and pre-exhaust and a lot of those things that were around a very, very long time ago. And they kind of go away because I think that sometimes people get lazy and they try to find some different ways, or I don't want to overtrain, or if I don't want to do this or do that. And so when I sat down and I started creating my program, it was something where I could try to get my athletes to create higher intensity moments without me actually having to be there. So when you watch Nick Walker and you watch Derek do legs in the latest video that they did, and they were doing FST7, and then you added in the blood starving sets that I created in a video
those
14 years ago.
Those are real tough.
Those are, if you guys haven't seen it, you can go and see what I'm talking about. It's on my early YouTube videos, the FSC7 series on both defined and refined videos. But those blood starving sets, when you're doing leg presses vertically and you're keeping your legs upside down, the amount of pain and torture you go through there, it takes a lot.
I did them 2 days ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm struggling.
And now you're back on stage now.
It's a terrible idea. Well, we'll see about that.
But were you inspired?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because of the video.
100%. Yeah.
So whose reaction did you like better, Nick or Derek?
It's funny seeing Derek. It's pretty funny. Yeah, those things. But then I was like, that's funny, and then I went and did it, and I'm just okay. I'm in the exact same boat, if not worse.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so doing those types of things. So again, going back to the Arnold situation, so, being able to see what that would have done and how his physique would have been different would have been great to be able to create a parallel universe.
Exactly.
And say, okay, let's take some of this information, go here and do that. Yeah. And then I would geek out and be like, okay, now let's go in and add modern day supplements, just modern day supplements that you can buy over the counter here right now. And let's add that to the mix and see what happens.
It'd be outrageous.
And then let's turn around and let's add in some of the different techniques like fasted cardio or this or that, because, they would just train for hours, right? Yeah. And so that's how they turned around and got lean. So I think that would be very exciting to see. And then again, the cherry on top would be just getting to hang out with somebody like Arnold and just see him at his prime, just talking crap.
You're gonna try to get him ready for the Masters Olympia?
Masters right now. God, he's got to be close to 80.
We talked about that with Jay too.
Oh. Yeah, but Jay's a whole different story.
He's a very different story.
He's definitely more in striking distance than Arnold Schwarzenegger. But they're both legends, and it would be epic to be able to see him do those kinds of workouts, because that's what I would have been like. Wow, if I could just sit there and go through that, what would that look like?
That's one of the things that I wish there was a lot more training footage. It will, of course, there's a.
There was no phones back then.
Yeah, there was
no phones.
Not nearly as much.